some bad Photoshop. Now, here we go. Let's start with this one. Is it good Photoshop? What is fake in this one?
Isn't that a girl's face? Isn't that a girl's face?
So,
yeah, the muscle.
In your opinion, what is the face, the muscle? The other guy, the yellow pole behind, what is fake here? What is fake here? Come on, it's very easy this one. Huh? The person wasn't there. The person wasn't there. He had been placed after. No? Why do I say so? What doesn't look? What? Let's come out with a formula. What are you looking at when you say it doesn't look like?
Shadows.
Shadows. Where are shadows? We can compare shadows, yeah? And there are the darkness of the shadow here and the darkness of the shadow here are different. Right? Darkness. Shadow darkness is a very clear parameter when you check a picture. What else? What is the opposite of shadow? Light, yeah? Look at this, look at the white on her face and the white on his face. They were not in the same room when they've taken this picture. They were not under the same light. Shadow and light. Now, what else? Look at the hair. Look at this part in particular. You see that has been trimmed, yeah? Point by point, using a lazy tool. Look at the color of the hair here. Look at the color of the hair here.
The library will be closing in 30 minutes.
Thank you.
If you wish to borrow library materials, we advise you to do so now at our self-check machines. We thank you for your visit and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. Now, let's see something a bit more simple, yeah? We start again. What is fake here? Haha, now you know, yeah? What is fake here? What is fake? Why? Why is it fake? How can you tell it's fake? Yeah? Exposure? What do you mean? Is overexposed? Is underexposed? Yeah? You see how dark it is? Can you tell, right? That this one is fake. There is also an angle issue in this case. There is an angle issue, proportion issue. Now let's take a look at the other one. Also, proportion issues. Do we agree that this one is fake? Is it well done or poorly done? What do you think? Well done or poorly done? Come on, be a little bit brave, please.
It's as per a design. It's as per a design. Yeah. To me, it's good.
To you, it's good. Who else? Doesn't this one look too much in the face? The feet, the foot? Can't you tell this one is fake? Why? It's a matter of shadows, again, in this case. You see that the light is hitting the house from this direction. So we should have a very dark shadow here, and also the pens should cast a black shadow here, but it doesn't. Simulate, yeah, in your mind. Simulate where the light is supposed to be, where the shadow is supposed to be. Next one. How about this one? Beckett, yeah, Samuel Beckett. beside the average Joe. Why the famous writer on the left, or actually on the right, is fake? How can you tell it's fake? Light again. In this case, since the problem is both light and shadow, we will refer to it as contrast. It has higher contrast. If you look it closer in a computer, not very much in a projector, you will also see that the edges, the cutout, is not that accurate. It has a little bit of white around it. Let's take a look at this one. Who is the fake? Who was added in this picture? Is it someone on the right or someone on the left? Is it someone down or someone up? Is it someone that can see entire face or only part of the face? Do we agree that the fake is that guy? Why? Highlight. Yeah, it's too bright. But look, isn't this girl also very bright? So how can you tell this one is fake and this one is not? What do you mean? The head is too big. Do you know him? Maybe he has a very big head. It's about color. You see that he's a reddish? He has a reddish washout. In this case, the problem is not only about light, but it's about shadow. Shadow might have a color. In this case, the color of the shadow is a little bit reddish. I think that at this point I need to give you some incentive, because I need more cooperation from you. Now, I want to show you a case where we don't have to know whether the shadow is correct or the light is correct, whether the color is neutral or not neutral, but our common sense tells us that it's fake. Is it? Is it fake or not? Is it or not? How do you know? I know him. What else? Does it look real or not? Why?
Too sharp.
Too sharp.
The skin color is different from the neck.
The skin color is different. Actually, the skin color is very similar. But even if you see a lady that is putting a lot of makeup, the face color is different from the body color. In this case, it's the common sense. Yeah, it's a face of a boy on the body of a girl. By the way, if you can't, I live in Ballester. If you pass by Ballester, you see a lot of this kind of photo montage. But those are all real, unfortunately. In this case, so we will use the common sense to spot what is not possible. I will come back to this concept later on. Now, have you seen the picture of Osama bin Laden? Have you seen the last picture of Osama bin Laden? They found the too perfect match of how they had photoshopped it. The top part is Osama bin Laden, the bottom part is a guy that was beaten. And it was put together in the news. Now someone is speculating also that the picture of Osama bin Laden and Obama birth certificate, they came out the same week and they were both photoshopped. But the reason why I'm bringing up this case is because in Italy, before I left Italy, I think it was 2005, there was a case where a poor girl was killed. And the two cousins, the two girl cousins, were pointed by the police as the possible killers. Immediately, the press released a picture of Chiara Poggi, the girl that was killed, together with the two cousins, and they were very happy and smiling. This is the picture that they have shared on the news. Is it real? How long did it take you? But this one kept the police busy for a very long time. Why? How can you prove 100% that this is a fake?
The light.
The light.
She looks flat and her skin is...
And how do we prove it? How do we prove it? Based on what? Anyone can say that their skin color.
I think they shine on the face.
Again, I agree with you, of course, but how do we prove it? How do we measure it?
Look at the eyeball.
You can get the eyeball, then someone can say, there was a shade on the light that was coming.
The two of the right hand side here, the shine is too strong contrast to the...
Yeah. Again, when you talk about criminal cases like this one, you're going to bring evidences. So evidences here means measure the light. Pixel by pixel, measure the light. So even something that looks very obvious to us, we can still bring it down to mathematical. Now, the trick that I show you tonight is the one that you will never find in any book. You will only find tonight in Singapore. Evidence that the picture has been photoshopped. How do we do? Okay, again, I will assume that you are familiar with things that you might not have used before in Photoshop. In this instance, I'm assuming that you are familiar with channels and blending modes. Channels and blending modes. You know that every picture has 3 channels, R, G, and B, and blending modes, at least 25 blending modes. Now, I will go to the menu called Image, and inside Image, I'll find Calculation. And into Calculation, I will find this window that starts using the mathematics of the channels. Here's how I'm going to set it. I will select the red channel and compare it to the gray. What is the gray? The gray is R, G, and B together. So I'm asking red, aka the most contrasted channel, compare to the natural luminosity of the picture in a difference blending mode, which means subtracting the value and compare the discrepancy. The higher the discrepancy, the brighter will be the pixel. Masked, yes, so I will click masked, again, on the red channel. So we have red channel compared to gray in a difference blending mode, masked on a red channel. Now, sorry, I've done a little screenshot for you that if you want I can share tomorrow on our Creative Crew website. So you will remember this one. It's called The Trick. Yeah, I will publish this one tomorrow on our website. Red, gray, difference, red, and invert, invert, invert. You see all the 3 inverts are selected. Now let me go back to Photoshop. I will redo it. It's image, calculation, red over gray, blending mode difference, mask, choose red, invert, invert, invert. And then I will start decreasing the opacity. 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Here we go. This is my mathematical evidence that have been tweaked. How do I prove it to the pixel? Now that I have shown how the pictures are built from bottom to top in terms of luminosity only, I will press enter and I will click down here at the bottom of the layer, at the bottom of the layers panel where you see that yin-yang alike icon, and from there I will choose threshold, and from within threshold I will set my threshold to count the pixels. So dragging the slider, I will bring the slider to the right, and that is my mathematical evidence. When the light of one person is gone, the other two are visible. Measure this instance and no one can prove me wrong that the two pictures have different light source. Make sense? I'm going to apply it quickly on another couple of pictures so you see how it works. Yeah, this one is very obvious, but we are in the territory where we want to prove the evidence. So image calculation, again it will be red over gray. Difference blending mode masking again the red channel with invert, 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 and decreasing the opacity all the way down. 0. When I press enter, I will compare this person to the other people behind. You can tell already that it's going to be very different. Again, I'm going to go to my blending modes, threshold, move the panel, drag this one to the right. There you go, I have already my evidence here. And this one very simple. I'm going to do one last case. I will do the Samuel Beckett example. Okay.
Dear readers, the library will be closing in 15 minutes. If you wish to borrow library materials, we advise you to do so now at our self-check machines. We thank you for your visit and hope to see you again soon.
Okay, so it's red over gray, masking red, invert, invert, invert. Decrease the opacity. Press my OK, go to my threshold, drag this one to the right, and there you go. The guy disappeared, but the girl is still here. Different light. So you can give this screenshot, and this one will work as an evidence. Now, a few more things about Photoshopped or not. These pictures, yeah? Is this Photoshopped or not? Not. This is natural. Yeah? Is it Photoshopped or not? How do you know? Is it Photoshopped or not? How do you know? Is it Photoshopped or not? He's just a bad photographer here, yeah? A bad cut. Is it Photoshopped or not? The first time I saw this one, I said, what is that stuff inside? Then I realized that in Singapore you go crazy for this. Okay, this apparently is not Photoshopped. This one is Photoshopped or not? First time I saw this one, I said, oh wow, that's incredible. They put a black bonnet on a white car. Who can do that? Then I realized there are a lot of cars like this. In Italy, we are very particular about the dress code. So for us, there is a mandatory thing you can't do in Italy. You can't wear white socks with black shoes. So when I see this picture, I always white socks and black shoes. Yeah, the black bonnet or a white car. What is this? A chicken in a burger. Is it real? Yeah, it's real. How do we know? Because I can't prove it wrong. Is it real? Yes, it's forced perspective. Is it real? It's real. Is it? No, it's impossible. This is fake. But it's done so well that no one can prove that it's fake. And believe me, when I do Photoshop, I do this kind of stuff. No one can prove me wrong. I can do anything in Photoshop and no one can prove me wrong. That's the difference between good Photoshop and bad Photoshop.
Even with the threshold method that you just showed, you can't prove that wrong.
No, not even that. Because if I know the trick, I defeat the trick. In this one, the threshold method, it will prove it wrong. This one is fake. The giraffe, it will be at a higher level. The squirrel will disappear, but the giraffe will still be there. This one, fake or real? It's real. Yeah, I also see one like this. Yeah, the goats, they go in the most incredible places. This one, very well done, fake. Very well done, fake. I hope it's fake. I hope this poor child. Yeah. Real or fake? Yeah. False perspective again. Real or fake? Very patient, real. Real or fake? Real or fake? Real or fake? Yeah, this man has hordes. Yeah, just wrong moment. Real or fake? Very nice this one, yeah? Again, real or fake? Yeah, just mean. This guy's still the same. This is a fake one. See, the person is in the sky, he's hanging on a tree. It's impossible, but it looks so real. Real or fake? Honest, I don't know. I have no idea. Now, when I see a picture like this one, and I say, oh wow, so beautiful this Photoshop. Like, you go to watch Harry Potter, it's full of stuff like this. Do you really think that they draw lightning from the sky and they control them? Like the last scene of Harry Potter 7, the only one that I was awake. They don't do this kind of things in real life. Yeah? So, now the challenge, 5 pictures. The challenge is 5 pictures. You gotta tell me, only one is Photoshop. Only one. The Photoshop test. I am glad to offer a t-shirt for whoever gets this one right. Actually, even better, yes, since you guys have already a lot of shirt. How about a Adobe branded bottle? Sounds better? Adobe branded bottle for whoever can tell me among these 5 which one is the only one Photoshop. Only one. Ready? Don't shut it now, eh? Don't shut. That one! Wait, all of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one is fake?
2.
Okay, who is firm number 1? 1, 2, 3. That's it? 4, 5, 6. That's it? That's it? 6. Who's for this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. No, 9. Who is for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one became a scratched. 1, 2, only. Who's for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oi! Seems like that this one is the ideal candidate. You know which one is the fake? You know which one is the fake? Now everyone is changing it. I knew it. I said the 5, but I thought it was the 3. No, the fake one, it's this one. And you know what is fake? I have added one bubble here. So who said number 2? Okay, there is one bottle here, you can fight over it. Come. Clap, put the hands together for the winner for tonight. Guido, can I call you in Italian name? Congratulations, Guido. Well done. Yeah. Now, why I bring up all this? Because a very interesting thing happened last month. After the meeting, and is there Dijesh here? No. A friend that normally come to our meeting, he sent me a picture and he asked me, do you think this one is Photoshopped? And I look at the picture, there were 2 pictures. I look at the first one, I look at the second one, and I thought, no, they are absolutely normal. So I replied and asked him, what do you think is fake? Why do you ask me if it's Photoshop or not? And he replied me again, and he said, I don't know, they look Photoshop. Tell me if you think it's Photoshop or not. And there was a crowd, like 500 people in the picture. And I told him, yes, I think that the guy in the 5th row with the blue shirt has a fake fly on the hair. And he replied me and he told me, I knew it. I knew it was Photoshop. By the way, I couldn't find the fly. That's exactly what he told me. In fact, I wanted him to be here tonight to tease him a little bit more. My suggestion is, take it easy. Take it easy. Not everything is Photoshop. Yeah, not everything is Photoshop. Some pictures are absolutely real. Just very lucky coincidence that the camera was there at that specific moment in time. But you have learned a trick how to disguise whenever a picture is really Photoshop. Thanks for your time, thanks for coming all the way to Woodland, thanks to the National Library Board.